just in case you don't know, you hanging out with Camstar on a show we call The Buzz. Comes to you every Saturday between 12 and 14. We play you the very best of Zambian hip-hop, give you entertainment news, and yeah, we do say our opinions about stuff certain times. And certain rappers become upset. They don't like what we say, but you know, we say it like it is. It's part of the game. And I do have a special guest with me in the studio. He goes by the name Sanga Tembo. How you doing, bro?
Hey Cam, how are you?
I'm great. I'm great.
Yeah, it's been a while, hey?
It has been a while.
It's been a while. Years.
Adulthood.
Adulthood gets the best of us sometimes, but you know how it is, man. We always have to make time for the culture.
We do. You know what I mean? You are on the other end.
Funny enough, and you mentioned it earlier on, funny enough, because I was always hounding you with a mic back in the day. Tell me this, tell me what's happening, what are you rapping about, what's this album you have out now?
Yeah.
But today, I'm like the rapper, and I can't even rap.
I brought you here as a special guest. You're not a rapper, but you understand the Zambian hip-hop culture to the fullest, and you've been representing it for the longest time.
I hope I do, because sometimes there's some backlash. Yeah, but
which is normal.
You know.
Which is normal.
How are you speaking on something you can't even do? You know, rappers sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah, Abby from Dola. I hope we are getting this, recording this. It's going to be a very interesting interview. And we have to put it on the socials. I know a couple of people are going to get hurt by what we're going to talk about, but it's normal.
I hope
you know what I mean. I hope not.
I've
as
had
well.
my fair share of that stuff, but yeah, let's try and be honest.
It does turn out that way.
Yeah.
You know. So to start with, what do you think of hip hop in Zambia currently? Is it in a better place than it was 10 years ago? Generally speaking.
10 years ago and today, I feel like it's been diluted a bit. I feel like there's a lot of compromise. Granted, there's a number of big dogs out there still, hanging on to hip hop in its truest form, like you and Tick, Sheffy, going the extra mile to still keep the culture alive. But a lot of rappers we're seeing emerging right now either compromise on sound, beats, and rightly so. I'll add rightly so, because you have to pay rent, you have to pay the bills, you need to survive on your art, Idi ngiba Zambia balanda amanyimbo ya rap, like strictly rap on a hip hop beat, that traditional, that's selling asana. So you might as well switch to something that will make the Zambians dance, so you could eat from it. And we've seen even like our big stars, like maybe let's say Maki 2, go the rumba route, go the melody route. That's on purpose. These guys can actually rap, can give you stuff on hip hop beats, but they choose to go that other direction because it's mainstream friendly.
So what are we saying?
Is it in a better in the 2010s we're supposed to keep the culture alive? That's what we're saying.
Well,
but you guys went quiet for a bit. I don't even know where 5-4 is. K-Star is into comedy. He's only releasing freestyles right now.
Okay.
So, yeah.
But to a very large extent, I think there's been some hip hop joints and projects dropping 2010 going upwards to 2020.
Yeah.
They're there, here and there. I had Showstar on this platform a few months ago, and he told me up front to say, Zambian hip hop, when you're rapping, when you're using metaphors, storytelling, speaking the truth on a record, there's just a certain percentage of the listenership that will listen to you. You won't make money, and then you won't wow the public. You won't get the gigs. You won't get the endorsements. No matter how good you are.
Yeah.
No matter how much you rap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Right now, we do have a boy called Killer.
Yeah.
He's making waves across the world, not only in Zambia.
Yeah.
His numbers are competing with the likes of before AKA passed on. He was competing with AKA. He was competing with Casper Nyovest. We told Zambians on social media. I'm sure you spoke about that. I spoke about that. A lot of people spoke about that, but no one cared about it.
Yeah.
You know, certain guys just did a funny song, and then they were trending the whole Zambia. It's playing in the clubs. They're having gigs. They're making money.
Because that's what's mainstream friendly. That's what Zambia has accepted for the longest time. You know, that's what Zambia has accepted for the longest time. So when you get to that traditional hip hop, which you guys
Critic had to do with Vitumbua to get noticed. Remember?
Yeah.
And
I remember that.
and to date, that's his biggest song.
Yeah.
You know, he can't get on stage and do anything that a lot of people know apart from the song Vitumbua. Which is sad, if you ask me, because the guy has put in so much work.
Yeah.
He's got so much good music.
And he's still releasing projects till this day.
Okay. Enough about that.
Yeah.
What do you think of the usual complaints up and coming artists bring about? They always complain about established artists not helping them, not posting their music. They complain about radio and TV presenters trying to get money from them for them to get airplay, for the bloggers to talk about them, for you guys to react to their music, for me to rap on their song. They're always complaining about them not having money to do that because they're still up and coming. So they feel like people owe them certain favors.
I feel like not all of them do that. It's a number of young upcoming artists who do that, who feel the industry owes them like safe passage, like an easy entry. But it's not like that. You have to pull your own weight, man. Like, no one owes you anything.
Exactly.
No one owes you anything. You have to pull your own weight. You could get a viral song today like Nachi LP, and no one will want to charge you. No on-air personality will want to charge you. No blogger will want to charge you because people will be requesting for that song. You know. So
I have never met Nachi LP, for example.
You see, but I saw
he's on my playlist.
You know. So just pull your own weight. Trust the process. Tilo only got a viral hit like a few months ago with I don't know if it's a few months ago with Why Celeb Kuchar.
Yeah.
You know, pull your own weight. Trust the process. Invest in your art. With time, things will happen for you. You know, the longer you complain, the harder it is for you. Because guess what? The focus will be out there on other people who should be doing stuff for you, and you won't be pointing the finger at yourself to say, maybe I need to do a little more work. Maybe I need to, you know, case in point, Critic, we just from saying, Critic has done a lot, but Vitumbua was his last viral hit. But he's still influential till this day in the culture. He's still respected as a lyricist.
Yes, he is.
The projects that he has, I still listen to. He's been dropping freestyle after freestyle every Friday. We still listen, you know. No one, he probably isn't even on radio, but people still listen. He's pulling his own weight. He believes in something that he's still doing. Even though it's not really mainstream friendly or people claim people don't listen, he's still influential and he's still respected as that person who held on to the culture. So you might say, I'm rapping, I rap like Critic, I do whatever. But have you invested the time? You know, are you willing to hold on to that craft.
Yeah, because
Hard work pays off, man.
because one thing I do know about artists is artists are very frustrated people.
Yeah.
I've been an artist for the longest time, so I know what artists go through.
Yeah.
I know the frustration, I know the anger. You put in so much work, and then at the end of the day, people are not appreciating. You spend money also,
Yeah.
time. 3 years, 4 years down the line, there's still nothing showing.
Yeah.
And this is where now artists start to do certain funny songs,
Yeah.
started to try to make stunts. Sorry to say this, but Sonoria EXO is one of the guys that I've seen that has been frustrated by the music industry. You know what I mean? He's trying to go butt naked to sell, to have streams. Got Mutale Monster tattoo.
Yeah.
Faked a death. Faked his own death.
Maybe that's just marketing for the album that he's just dropped.
Listen.
Yeah.
That was all trying to market, but it did not work.
Are you sure?
Well, yes, I am sure.
Are you sure? Because the whole thing with the Manda Hill incident got people to actually listen to that single that he dropped
For
the
real?
next day. The argument he and Mzenga had about having the same name for Muzo's album and his got us waiting for the album that dropped. He dropped it really late, but it still got us waiting, like, okay, tumone.
So you really think it worked, huh?
Somehow. You
Okay,
could say
I love
it
this
worked.
conversation. You see,
So frustrated, I don't know, but being a stunt guy and a guy who uses social media to market his stuff, I think that's what he is. It works for some people. For some people, it just looks desperate, but he's clever about it. The album is out now. If he was frustrated, that album would never have dropped. Would have been saying, oh, he did all that for nothing. But this guy even had a launch. Marky 2 performed at that launch.
well,
So pull your own weight as a young artist, man. Like, Oskido was on Mac G the other day saying, as a young upcoming artist, get a 9 to 5 if you have to, a part-time job to get little money that you need to use to push your music.
Yes.
Maybe you're out there pushing your music that's really below par with money, and it's
comes
not
back-
working and you're frustrated.
comes back to what we were talking about earlier about upcoming artists complaining.
Yeah,
You see, music is a business.
it really is.
You need to invest.
Yeah.
There's no way you're gonna make money without putting in money. It can't work. It's
can't
like
work.
any other business. And I've watched documentaries from Jay-Z where he literally says he had to pay people, he had to pay clubs, he had to pay DJs, he had to pay everybody for them to give him like top slots.
Yeah.
He goes in the club, the VIP section, that's Jay-Z. He books a limo, creates attention. Who's Jay-Z?
Yep.
Who's Jay-Z? That guy there.
Yep.
DJs gave him top slots. Hard Knock Life was playing all over and over again.
And Kubanesu, they call that payola.
Yes, it is
So
payola.
it's not new. It's nothing new.
It's been around for a long time. You see,
Nigerians were talking about how they wouldn't buy alcohol in clubs unless Afrobeat was playing, and now Afrobeat is the biggest thing, even that side.
in America it is.
You have to
I was listening
invest.
to Hot 97,
Yeah.
biggest radio station in New York. Burna Boy's song was playing 7 times a day,
Yeah.
heavy rotation,
Someone paid for that.
and probably, it's business.
It's business.
When I was starting, I did invest in my music. I was using money to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
That's how come I was able to make certain hits. It's because I was putting in money.
Yeah. At some point,
You have to put in money.
Yes, one track out of your catalog might go through as a big hit and it just spread like wildfire. But with the rest of your stuff, there's blogs out here who've invested heavily for their numbers to go up.
Yeah,
Who won't just
yeah.
let you come in free.
Mark Zuckerberg will tell you that you have to pay him for you to get a wider audience on Facebook,
Extreme.
on Instagram,
Yeah.
Twitter, you know,
We
all these
probably
things.
sound materialistic right now, like people who just want money from artists, but we're trying to tell you the truth about how it goes. You know, in case you run
Yeah.
into someone who asks you for money, and then the first thing you do is not really understand where that person is coming from.
Okay. Something else I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Do you think we have real record labels in Zambia?
Real record labels.
Like a real record label. When I say a real record label,
Yeah.
I mean like they sign you, give you an advance, or maybe just take care of your well-being,
Yeah.
make you comfortable, pay for your videos,
Yeah.
and just invest their time in you.
I think we have.
Which one?
The Nexus Kalandanya headphone. Headphone is still here though.
Okay,
You
do
know-
you think Headphone Music actually invests money in their artists?
Yes, they've done everything you've said. They've paid for their artists' music videos, studio time. They invest. FJ is one of those people signed to Headphone.
Okay.
Musepeda Chide, you know, who else? Za. We do have. There's people like Makitu still hanging on to Kalandanya. There must be something still there.
KMP and Nexus.
They're facing problems
that
right
case,
now, but
that-
we cannot
that case-
call them not
Well,
real record labels.
that case is different.
Yeah.
Those guys actually invested money, and it was there for everyone to see. Like you could not even doubt. You would see.
Yeah.
This guy is signed. You see a change in the life right now.
Yeah.
He's got a car.
Advanced.
He's looking good.
There's videos.
Yeah. Okay. Well, videos, you can have a lot of videos. It's just part of the things.
Yeah.
You can have a lot of videos, but then
I'm following the list you gave me.
yeah,
as
exactly.
criteria for what a real record
Yeah,
label
yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is a life-changing deal.
Okay, like the Jay-Z's, the Def Jams.
No. Let's just take it to MT gets signed. The record label is fully invested in him. They're pushing him, spending their money on him, taking care of him. You know, like where he lives.
I think Nexus is doing that for your maps. Wouldn't you
Yes,
agree?
Nexus and KMP. Aside from that,
The headphone is headed there.
Okay.
We don't really know what they, how much they put in, but
or maybe
the
are you,
artists look happy.
or maybe are you one of those people that believes the artist should do that for himself?
At an independent level, I feel like you should. But if you feel that's the route you have to go, where you have to like split the the responsibilities, that's
Sanga, I've been in this game for a long time.
Yeah.
I've worked with so many labels, and I've seen so many artists complain. You've seen artists complain. They might not. Some might not say it out there,
Yeah.
but they'll say in the background, so this guy is signed, and then he's still hustling for money to make the video work.
Yeah.
Logistics.
Yeah,
He's
those
looking
are
for
weird deals, man. Those are weird deals, and you always have that, in most setups. We
So
heard even
when you hear that so and so is signed to a record label,
but they're still not taking
but they
care of
still
it like they should.
It's
It's
the
still
same.
a real record label. They're just giving you a messy contract. But at the same record label, there's other people taken care of. Maybe it's the unprofessionalism of the boss, looking at only one artist as someone really beneficial to them and sidelining you. Because you mentioned MT. Ambitious Entertainment lost a bunch of artists years ago. A. Reese, MT himself left, Benchmark, and a whole bunch of other artists because of being unprofessional. They're still a real record label who just didn't do what we are speaking on. So the record labels are real. Are they unprofessional? That's another story. Are they professional? That's another story. So yeah, we do have real ones.
Okay. I wanted to hear your 2 cents about that.
Okay.
It was very important for this conversation. I see a lot of artists complaining. I hear things.
Get the right deal.
They come
Read
to me
contracts,
complaining.
You
They come to me complaining. I hear a lot of things.
Yeah.
I'm always around these people.
And you, the OG,
Know what I mean?
direct them to the right people. Like, oh, don't do that deal with that person. Shady.
I do try.
Messed me
I
up.
do try.
Go this way.
I do try.
So
I do try.
Hey.
But then I wanted that to be aired out.
Yeah.
especially coming from a person like you. Also, you know what I mean. I wanted them to listen to that. You know, like don't settle for less. When you get into a deal with somebody, make sure you point out certain things. Don't just get signed to a record label because of the name, because the name won't feed you.
No, it won't.
It won't.
No.
It's gonna be hype for a few days on social media. You feel happy. After that, people will be looking up to you, expecting certain things. And when you don't do those things, your career dies.
Exactly. Basically, if you can do everything that those people promise you on your own, do it on your own.
Yes,
Realize
you're
doing
better
it.
off as an independent artist, because the fans are going to understand that.
Yeah.
They'll know to say, okay, this guy is just starting out. If he does a 100 kwacha video, they'll be like, well, he's trying.
Yeah.
He's independent. He's on his own. But when you're signed to a big record label and you do a 20 kwacha video,
Yeah,
they'll
he's
be like, guy.
neglected. Yeah, that's real.
So yeah.
Yeah.
And then recently a top 10 was compiled by what's his name again? Chilulemba
Oh yeah.
and his guys.
Okay.
Yeah, so personally, I was looking at it and I was like, well, first of all, Daddy Zemas was not a rapper.
Yeah, no.
You know what I mean? So
Alimu Raga.
Ragamuffin. Daddy Zemas, there's no way the greatest rappers of all time in Zambia, from the time rap started up to date,
Yeah.
Daddy Zemas is number 2.
Oh.
For
they
me,
went there. Yeah.
I was like, guys, let's be serious.
Yeah.
Of course, we respect Daddy Zemas for what he did.
Yeah.
He changed a lot of things in the music circles, music as a whole, not just raga, but music as a whole. You know, Daddy Zemas, Mainza, Crisis. I feel like those guys changed the culture.
And Crisis
completely.
was on that Daddy Zimas album.
They do have songs together.
Yeah.
So Crisis was not even in that top 10.
Oh, he
By the
wasn't.
way, nah.
Oh, yeah, no.
So, I asked because the criteria, for example, that Billboard used, I think I respect the criteria they used. It makes sense. For you to make someone number 1, you have to look at so many things.
Okay.
You see, anybody, there's a million people who can rap in Zambia right now, who can make songs, who can make a whole album that you can listen to. That's a whole different topic. You know, URL, there's guys with bars.
Yeah.
You know, probably more bars than Jay-Z or Nas.
True.
They can spit.
True. That's the foundation.
But then, are they better than Nas? When you look at everything combined.
No.
Okay, so now these are the things that Billboard considered when they were making their top 10. So they said 1, body of work, 2, achievements, 3, charted singles,
Okay.
4, cultural impact, 5, influence, 6, how the artist's work changed the genre's evolution, 7, longevity,
Yeah.
the years on the mic.
Yeah.
That's like consistency also.
Yeah.
8, the lyrics on their own. 9, storytelling skills. 10, the flow, vocal prowess, delivery. So all things put into consideration.
If we're going to follow Billboard's criteria, we'll probably have like 3 or 4 from Zambia. Yeah, because
I don't think so.
okay, you think there's rappers here with all that?
Well, even in America, no one has everything here.
Yeah, but at least
There's no single rapper.
You could rank
probably
them,
like
right?
out of 10, probably this guy will probably have 5, 6. This guy 4. This
Okay.
guy 7. So obviously the one that has most of these things will be number 1, right?
Okay, yeah.
Same thing with number 2.
Who's number 1 here with all those things?
I don't
have
know.
Someone in my head.
I
right
don't
now,
know,
but
I brought you here to answer that question.
It's easy. It really is easy.
Yeah.
Okay, just give them to me one by one. Start.
I don't know. You tell me.
The first thing on, not the rappers, the first thing on the criteria.
Body of work.
I'm thinking of someone.
Achievements.
I'm thinking of someone.
Charted singles.
I'm thinking of someone.
Cultural impact.
I'm thinking of someone.
Influence.
I'm thinking of someone.
How the artist work changed the genre's evolution.
I'm thinking
changing
of
the
someone.
game. Longevity.
I'm thinking
years
of someone.
on the mic. The lyrics.
I'm thinking of someone.
Storytelling skills.
I'm thinking
the
of someone.
flow, vocal prowess, delivery.
That's 10 things.
That's all.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm thinking of someone.
Okay, who?
And this is Sheffy. I didn't even have to go like. That's Sheffy. We're talking hip hop artist, like strictly hip hop artist.
Listen, well,
that's Sheffy.
Is Drake a hip hop artist or not?
He is. He
Yeah.
dabbles into all these other things. I ain't gonna Afrobeat namwisa, but
Okay.
That's Sheffy.
Yeah, probably
Right now.
probably the same names that everybody's thinking about right now will pop up when it comes to these things.
Yeah.
All put together, combined. We're gonna have Slap D there. You know, when Slap D came, he changed the culture.
Yeah, he
You
did.
know what I mean? He did change the culture. You know, he didn't find things already happening, then he found himself there,
Yeah.
then started to make money through what he found. No. He came and changed the game.
He did. He actually made it a whole business. Like he commercialized the business. Yeah. So he has all those. We could go.
Slap
through-
D has all these things.
He does.
He does.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say he's one of those people.
He's one of those people.
And you're right. Probably we have like 4 or 5.
Yeah, we have like 4 or 5. You know, in terms of catalog and every other thing, influence,
Longevity,
lyricism, we have
cultural
Kick there,
impact.
Cultural impact. Yeah.
So
We
would you
could have
put
critic there?
would you put Tim there?
I would, but when it comes to catalog, he would have to lean more on the Zone Fam side.
How
but
about when it comes to changing the
he
game?
has 2 tapes.
How about when it comes to changing the game?
Changing
Charted singles, longevity.
longevity, yeah.
Okay,
Charted singles,
okay.
yeah.
Body of work.
Body of work, 2 tapes, October 28th and Hypnosis. Maybe they count. They do, obviously. We listened to those in the hip hop circles.
Okay.
So it all matters. Where does he fall in the top 10? Limbiarikuma number 7, number Shani, because our Pakati foot. There's
And
people
Bobby
with
East?
albums like, pardon,
Bobby East.
Yeah, he's there. He's there. Because you have to understand that these people we are putting against each other, some of them really go like mainstream, and they are known throughout the country. Some of them only cater to like the small hip hop community. So this criteria means something else here. It has to have different things when we are talking about Zambian rappers. You have to you either have to talk about the small hip hop community or you talk about Zambian music at large.
So do you know? Let's lean on the guys who rap in English. Do you think they've had charting singles? Do they have groundbreaking records, songs that changed the game?
Yeah.
For example, give me a few.
Guys who rap in English do
That
have
changed the game.
Like
a song
songs
that
changed the game.
changed the game. A song that even maybe your mom has heard before.
Yeah, Vitumbua.
That's not hip hop. Gee.
It's not, but it's still it's still from a rap, and it changed the game. It brought in 2-1. Party on a Hill. Stop.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
Camster had Exile on a tune that was dope. Come Back Home, and this is not because I'm seated right in front of you. You're a guy who raps in English, and that song was charting.
I'm not a rapper anymore.
Yeah, no, dude. You're still a rapper, but that song changed the game.
Okay,
I
so
was in Indola when it came out.
so you're saying Vitumbua changed the game as well?
It changed the game for rap that is like that,
Okay.
or dance rap, or whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So even English rap dudes do have that. After that, we had the 2-1s, we had playful raps, and we had all sorts of things going on. So they brought in a different flavor.
Okay, so who else would you put in your top 10? Because you
in terms of
you
English
said
rappers.
no. For the top 10, we can't say English rap and no,
Cash.
just
I'd
rappers.
put Cash in there. J Cash. He's had the influence. The catalog is there. Giovanni, first album. Now this album.
Yeah.
He's lyrical. He mixes it up, but he stays true to the rapping. Who else would I put in my top 10, man? Slap, of course. You know, who else? Bobby, Makitu. Can't forget Makitu. Let's see. Top 10. Looking at those things.
Yeah, looking at all these things, by the way, I'm saying all things considered.
Yeah, some people won't have all those things. That's why I was saying
at
we need
least
to
above
cut
6.
down. Above 6.
Yeah.
Who else? Because catalog here the shupa. That's why Critic was even bragging. Was it the other time to say you competing against me, but you don't have the catalog in one of his freestyles. Catalog here the shupa. Most of these guys don't even have an album out. Like J-Max, he's been doing singles through and through.
But also remember one thing. When you say catalog,
Yeah.
you know, Styles P has got 40 albums.
Yeah.
Jada Kiss has got 6 albums. Which one matters?
In terms of all that, Jada Kiss.
So having 1 million songs doesn't say you've got a good catalog. For example. So it's very much quality over quantity. You know what I mean? It's quality as well. So even if, let's say, this rapper's got 5 dope albums, dude, Biggie Smalls only had 2 albums. To date, he's regarded as one of the greatest lyricists of all times.
But still, if you have 0
know what I mean?
albums, Nishi, you're still lacking when it comes to that criteria.
There's rappers always have like mixtapes, there's singles. You know what I mean? There's like there's singles, there's mixtapes, there's features, like, you know what I mean?
If we're going there, then we're going to have to also add the Jedi on that, because now he's got tapes, an album. So yeah, if the number of projects really
do add. This is about Sanga Tembo right now. I'm asking you.
Yeah, and for me, really, I really have never been into top 10s because they change almost every week. You know, I don't.
But now when they say, of all times, it's like now from when hip hop started till now.
Till this.
So what happens after a year? It might change. Yes. So now from the time hip hop started till right now.
Till now.
Because this might change next year.
Yeah.
The list might change next year.
It might.
We don't know who's gonna do what this year.
And that's why I feel like lists don't really matter like that, because by next year someone would have fallen off and longevity won't matter anymore. You know, they're in the past.
So it doesn't really matter, right?
I don't think it does, because every rapper brings on something
But
unique.
you know the thing about this list is it makes rappers feel special. Like it's like an award. You know what I mean? This is why me and you are talking about these things right now, because they actually matter.
Yeah, to me it's kind of vanity, but okay. It's kind of vanity.
Trust me.
But they matter to rappers.
They do.
Yeah.
Last year, matter of fact, early this year, I asked people who they thought was the best, their top 5 for 2022. Only 2022. Only. Not before. Nah, just 2022.
And I think that criteria works for Zambia, because of all time, Zambia, we've been on and off when it comes to hip hop. So I think when we're doing what you're talking about, only 2022, only this month, it works, because you know why? Zambia could have a time when we have an off year when it comes to hip hop, and then next year, Mwadabama rappers come out swinging. There's been years like that where people have complained, what, the rappers have been sleeping this year? And there's been years where people have been like, yeah, now this is a good hip-hop year. America isn't like that. In America, you always have rappers barring up, doing whatever, because the community is bigger there.
Oh, yeah.
The URL is always buzzing. The underground is always buzzing. I don't even think our underground scene is still that active here. You know,
Okay.
there's a bunch of rappers doing their own thing, but yeah.
So yeah, I get your point.
So the community isn't that strong here, Cam.
Alright.
I don't know what you guys are thinking of doing. You, Tick, who's still rapping and doing his thing, trying to get it back to where it used to be.
What I'm thinking
You know,
I'm thinking is helping it in this way.
Uh-huh.
That's why we're sitting here right now.
I hope it's helping.
I hope
it
so
does
too.
something, but we need a community that's forever consistent, or else we'll never stop complaining, saying, look at this now. We have the Kopala wave taking over with rappers on dance beats. Look at this now. No, we need to focus on our own community, grow that community.
Okay, bro.
Get the Twitter crowd coming in to our shows.
This won't end. We gotta go.
Okay.
We gotta go. we needed like 4 hours.
All right,
But thank you for coming. It's been good. I think we're gonna have this conversation again.
I hope so, man.
No, we will.
I hope
we just have to have like a whole 2 or 3 hours together, so we can talk about these things more often and break down albums, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, when it
I
comes
think
to
it's good for the culture.
We need to point the finger at ourselves first.
Yeah. So, I have been your host, Camstar, from the Sun FM Lusaka Studios. Big up the Sun FM radio and television. They are supporting Zambian hip hop. We dedicate a few hours to Zambian hip hop, and I hope the hip hop heads out there are loving it. Sanga Tembo, thank you for coming.
Thanks, man. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Thanks
So next week we're back again with yet another exciting episode of The Buzz. Have a lovely weekend, guys. Stay safe.
This is Sun FM. It's 2 p.m.
Sun